Harrison for the podcast production of Jazzy Blues, All Up in My Soul. Butch is reading for the part of Louis Armstrong. So, do you know a lot about the history of your character, Louis?
Yeah, I know quite a bit about Louis.
Did you know Louis started off with the clarinet?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. I'm just curious. Not everybody knows about that character. You're the first person that said yes, in fact, when I asked if they knew their character. So
Well, he also played pretty good piano too.
that I didn't know.
Yeah.
All I knew was the trumpet and the clarinet. I did not know he did the piano.
Yeah, he played pretty good piano too.
That means I need to do some more research.
And his first wife was his pianist.
Is that right?
Yeah.
That's why it didn't work, ain't it?
Yeah, that's why it didn't work. Because she left him for the drummer.
No way.
Yeah, he did. And you know what Louis said?
What?
Good drummer.
All right, well, I did not know that. That's history. So can you please tell us a little bit about your vocal stylings and how long you've been doing that? Also, how long you've been blowing the horn.
Oh, you want to know now?
Now I want to know. Now I want you to put the business out there now.
All right. Well, I could tell you stories, but I don't think that tape is that long. So I'll give you the shortest version. I started blowing horn when I was 10. I ain't telling you how old I am, but I'm old.
Okay.
But I started singing probably when I was 7 or 8.
Wow.
You know, my parents were very gifted. You got to give them some props because mom played 3 instruments very well: accordion, piano, and cello.
Okay.
And she mastered all 3. Father was an opera singer.
Wow.
And he had a huge voice. In his prime, he could drown out a pipe organ with no microphone.
Wow.
So that's a big voice. So between the two of them, I got what I got. And mom sang too, by the way. But nevertheless, I've been singing since I was about 7 years old.
Okay.
And bringing back the first public performance when I was 7 years old with moms and my sister, and singing "Home, Home on the Range" when the deer and the antelope play.
I had to sing that in church when I was little.
The seldom is heard of the discouraging word and the clouds will cloudy all day. Or clouds, the skies are not cloudy all day. Anyway, I forgot the words of that song. But anyway, that's when I started singing.
Okay.
Publicly. And I've been singing privately, of course. I sing in the shower from time to time. And,
Don't we all?
where I got my best audience.
And we all get down in the shower.
And the
We
best
all are the
acoustics,
best.
yeah. But otherwise, piano I just picked up. So
Okay.
that's how that happened. Biggest influence in vocals, my father, with the opera background. Woody Woodhouse for the jazz background and how to attack a jazz song. Only Woody could do it like he did it. But I picked up a lot from him. And a brother named Jimmy Williams for the soul and the funk.
Okay.
Jimmy had a gospel feel, sang beautifully. Passed recently, did 20 years with the Tramps,
Okay.
and he did most of his career with his group called United Image, which changed their name to Double Exposure, and they have some records out. Jimmy's from Philly. And growing up, he was the lead singer in a kid band we had that also had George Howard in it. And so it was a hell of a band and a hell of an experience growing up in Philly with all that kind of talent.
Right.
And people that were big, I didn't even know were around, like lived right around the corner from me. Very popular sax player, Hank Mobley, who was infamous for playing with everybody, just like Coltrane, who was
Right.
also from Philadelphia too. But then I got more stories about Philadelphia that we ain't got time for. You ain't got enough tape for. And I don't want to bore you with all my boyhood experiences, music experiences, because the rest of them would bore you, but only the music experiences were pretty special as far as I'm concerned.
Yeah, of course.
Listen.
Music is life. Absolutely.
But anyway, that's how long I've been singing and playing and living. I think the music's been my life since day one, so couldn't help it,
Born into it. That's beautiful.
Yeah.
performing with any bands right now that you'd like to mention?
I still got my group, Good Company, which I've had for I don't want to count the years, so I'll just say since '86.
Okay, since
That's been a group
'86.
that I put together back in '86. Took a break from when I hit the road with Force Major, and when I came back off the road with them, I put the group back together again, and that was in '91.
Okay,
So Good Company has been together since 1991 with no breaks.
Okay.
And we continue to perform around town, here and there, different venues, private affairs, so on and so forth. The last engagement was at Giuseppe's down in Tacoma, very nice place. Hopefully
Okay.
we'll get back in there too. Nevertheless, it's a four-piece group with myself, guitar, bass, and drums. Drummers usually are either Brian Kirk or Steve Banks. And on bass is James Clark. Formerly with Wadey Irvin was my main bass player. James Clark has been filling the spot here lately. And Michael Eads on guitar. And occasionally Herman Brown on guitar.
okay. Michael Leeds, ex-radio host Michael Leeds?
Correct. He was
Okay.
also the program director at that radio station. 98.9, I believe
Right.
was the call on the record.
Smooth jazz, yeah.
And he was the DJ and program director there. Michael's got a really good history, hell of a musician. Because he also was the music director and band leader on Almost Live when it was on TV.
I remember Almost Live.
Back in the 80s. And Michael had that gig too.
Okay.
And has a really nice background, great background. And he's from the East Coast like me.
Okay.
So he's out of Carlisle, Pennsylvania. I'm from Philadelphia, Pennsylvania.
I didn't know that.
So recently, I joined forces with the old school fellas, and we're in the process of putting a show together. It's a pretty big band, so
Okay.
we're putting ourselves out there as a show band. So we're coordinating arrangements to present ourselves as a show.
Okay.
A show band, because we're too big to be a band anyway. It's a lot of guys in this band.
Gotcha.
And that's the old school fellas. A good bunch of musicians though. Nice diversity in the group. So looking forward to a very nice sound, a big sound for sure.
Okay.
Because it's a lot of guys in there.
All right. So other than Jazzy Blues All Up in My Soul, any upcoming stage productions for you?
No,
No.
unless Miss Monet brings back the what was that?
The Dark,
Dark
Divas.
Divas, the Dark Divas show,
Yeah,
which is always fun to do.
it is.
And I'm
I've
stuck.
enjoyed it.
And I've been playing Louis again, once again, which is going to
So,
kill my.
yeah, that did inspire me to ask you to be Louis.
But there was this one story
We are not staying for a story.
that I'm not going to tell
Thank you. Ladies and gentlemen,
because it's too long.
we are going to wrap up our interview and begin our recording session as Butch gets into his character of Louis. We thank you for listening.